welcome back to Chasing You, and we're starting off season 2, which is exciting. So your life just made another sharp turn. Aren't you glad you have allies by your side? I suppose so. So there's there's 3 episodes. This is very interesting. Oh Lord, this is Alexander's handiwork. Let me tie it up. But a female detective, interesting. But yeah, no. I love the bullets in the back are like hearts. It's because I was right that my house burned down. I forgot what I was saying. I don't know. You know what? It doesn't matter. Let's just keep going. Chapter 1, At the Ball. Flames engulfed the roof of the mansion. Someone's strong arms held you while your own arms dangled freely. Melody. Your throat was sore and your head was spinning, yet your eyes remained open. You were in trance, listening to the crackling of the fire and staring into the gaping holes that used to be windows. Melody. Where am I? It's Melody, you with us? You licked your dry lips and slowly shook your head. Slowly you started coming back to your senses. She's obviously stuck on the memory of the fire. Come on, Melody. You're a strong, smart girl. Please focus, Melody. I need your attention. With a heavy sigh, you looked at him. Frederick frowned compassionately as he fidgeted with his fingers. I understand it's a difficult time right now, but that's exactly why we cannot afford to sit around moping. We need to get you up to speed with all of Annette's affairs, and as far away from Charles as possible, wherever he may be. Oh, he got away? A chill ran down your spine. Sam perked up. Okay, so he got away. So at least that's one mystery that we can be solving throughout this whole thing. Goodman says that he cut himself short and turned slightly pale, that he is going to look over the road camera footage from that night. Maybe he will be able to find the vehicle that Charles used to escape with. You nodded without looking at him. I probably should have found some time to talk to him, because it's my fault his career is hanging by a thread. Give Goodman our thanks for the information, Sam. Now, about the ball. The ball? Miss Melody Harris is invited to attend the Russian charity ball. Why does it have to be Russian? Because all of our main partners are going to be there. You sharply turned around. A girl you didn't know stood in the doorway looking directly at you. Oh, hello, Eve. You're as punctual as ever. Gentlemen, Melody, meet Eve Skye, Annette's assistant. Eve Skye. She was recommended to us by Annette's best friend. Annette's best friend? What best friend? The girl looked around the room and nodded to the men. Having received nods in return, she took a step forward and decisively extended her hand to you. A pleasure to meet you in person, Melody. Okay. Yeah, shook her hand. You made a pleasant impression on Eve. Okay, good. And gave her a wide, friendly smile. The pleasure was all mine, Eve, and yet, I'm sorry I don't recall Annette ever mentioning you. Unfortunately, we didn't work together for long, and as far as I can tell, she didn't have the habit of discussing her colleagues. You do have a point. Melody, Eve is going to be very useful to you. Firstly, she knows more about Annette's affairs than anyone else. Secondly, she is well versed in business etiquette. She will help you with the ball. The girl bowed her head in silent dignity. Can someone please explain what the point of this ball is? Some of our foreign partners gather there. Annette visited every year to maintain good relations with them. This year, we were supposed to renew the contract for the lumber supply from Russia. The girl let out a brief sigh as she lowered her gaze to the floor. Problems again? I haven't even inherited the business yet. I thought Anthony already explained it to you. Basically, for the time being, you're an interim. You don't have the right to sell your shares. I propose we let the investigation run its course for now. You have other things to deal with at the moment. And what exactly am I supposed to do with this ball? You need to look good, to smile, and to try to win their favor. If they like you, the contract is as good as ours. She intertwined her fingers. And that's it? You also have the option of dancing with me. Just watch the hills. Eve turned to look at him and slightly squinted her eyes. Miss Melody dances beautifully ever since childhood. Furthermore, she has never dropped her dancing partner mid-dance, Mr. Nilsson. Unlike some present here. Alexander stared at her, unable to quickly find a comeback, although Eve already turned back. Damn! I like her. Sam stifled a surprised giggle. Frederick raised an eyebrow. Wow, she completely shut him down. Where did she get that information, I wonder? Although I don't think it's going to be much use to me. Or is it? Maybe I should keep it. Alright, where do we begin? Everyone immediately turned toward Eve. The ball is in 2 days. That should be enough time for a short course in ball etiquette. Alright, I got my pen and paper over here. I'm ready to take notes. Glancing around, you slip through a narrow door into the roof. Warm spring air surrounded you with a faint wave of aromas. You stopped and took a deep breath. Pretty good weather for London, isn't it? What to do? Swing at random or scream? Oh, what were the two things here? Logic and intuition. Swinging at random is not logical. I don't think this matters. Does it? I don't know. I'm swinging. Not thinking too much, you struck in the general area where the voice came from. Hey, relax. It's just me. What are you doing sneaking around in the darkness? Actually, I've been standing here for a while. You just didn't notice me. You slowly exhaled, calming your shaking hands. Sorry, I'm just a bit on edge. I see. About Charles, right? Yes. And as far as I can see, Eve has been relentless towards you. You simply shrugged it off. Turns out I still remember a lot that I learned from Auntie, so it's not too bad. I'm exhausted, though. Want to get some fresh air. Right. Also want to talk to Sam in private. You hesitated a bit, trying to find the right words. Sam, I wanted to... Melody, I wanted to... Immediately, the two of you stopped talking and started giggling. You go first. I wanted to say that... Oh, Sam, I'm so sorry you lost your job. Oh, he lost his job! I'm sorry! Oh, no. Oh, no. That's horrible. I just saw something drop. What the hell? That scared the shit out of me. What is that? Did I imagine that? Maybe it was my hair. I swear. I don't see anything. That freaked me the hell out. I'm sorry. Okay. I think it's okay. I'm sorry. I haven't lost it completely yet. Oh, okay. But you almost lost it because of me. He leaned on the railing and looked at you with a smile. And I was just about to tell you not to worry about it. You knew that I was worried? It's all right there. It's all right there, written on your face. Melody, it was my conscious decision. You're not to blame for any of it, so please, don't hold yourself accountable. You bit your lip in concern. Sam watched you for a while before saying, if you still feel responsible, there is something you can do. What's that? Kiss me. His eyes, calm and serious, were fixed on yours. What to do? Yeah. How should I? Passionately, deeply, so that I get goosebumps. You leaned forward, carefully placing your hands on the corners of his elbows. You silently exhaled onto your lips when you stopped a mere inch away from him. Although one might get the impression that you can't do something like that. You kept your eyes open, looking at his face through eyes half closed. You could feel the blood pumping through his veins beneath your fingertips. Your lips touched his gently, almost weightlessly, as though caressing him with breath alone. Your tongue slid in between his lips, leaving a wet path behind. He placed his hand on the back of your head and lightly pulled you closer. So impatient. You bit his lower lip, that caused him to tremble, and you immediately kissed him hard and fast. With a soft roar, he pressed harder against your lips. His fingers caressed the back of your head, your neck playfully tracing the edge of your ear. You squealed in response to the prickly wave of pleasure running down your hands. You make me have such indecent desires. He turned around, pressing your back against the roof fence. With quick kiss, you better not drop me over there. With quick kisses, he went from your temple, lower along your cheek, and further down still. Sam, you only asked for a kiss and not... I got a bit carried away. He stood up, breathing heavily, and looked you in the eyes. It's difficult for me to control myself when I'm with you. In reflex, he licked her sore lips. A spark appeared in his eyes once more. If you want to stop me, at least try not to do that. You blushed as you started fixing your hair. With a gentle smile, he carefully kissed your forehead. So hot. Are you cold? You shrugged, assessing how you felt. It's a bit chilly, actually. Maybe we could go have some tea with the guys? You nodded, the two of you headed towards the exit, now looking at each other. London was shining its lights at your backs. It's pretty. You nervously, 2 days later, you nervously paced around the room, periodically cracking your fingers. Oh, it's a date. Oh, she looks so cute. How that? Melody, a lady doesn't crack her fingers. Where's that Rachel? I'm here. She barely fit through the door with the massive bag she was carrying. Here, although the debutante's dress should be modest, I couldn't help myself. She hesitantly approached the bags and opened them. Alright, let's see what we got. Evening rose, fun, ball decoration, wow, debutante dress. Okay. This one just kind of blows me away. I like that. The other debutantes don't stand a chance now. I'm not sure if it's wise to attract so much attention to yourself, but you do look amazing. Standing in front of you, Rachel smiled gently. Ah! It was some sort of fly. Then she gently placed her hand on your shoulder. One's first ball is so exciting. I really want to support you out there. Everything is going to be alright. You have nothing to worry about. Eve's cold gaze inspected you from head to toe. I'll give you a good reason not to worry. In the form of a small quiz on ball etiquette, let's see what you can remember. You inhaled nervously. Right. When you first introduced to someone you don't know, you... Introduce myself first, introduce myself second. When we did this at the beginning of the story, it was going by like old-timey things where you wait to be introduced. But that could not always be the case. Depends on the situation. I don't want to be considered impertinent. But then just staring at someone waiting for them to introduce themselves is not always the best. Old-timey rules are telling me to introduce myself second, but sometimes it does depend on the situation. Surely. Let's just take a guess. It doesn't matter. Well, it doesn't matter. Second. What if it's an older, more respectable person? So it depends. More respectable person. Well, we can't afford to have any us. Okay. If the person is older and more respectable. If this specific person is below your status or if it's a band, then they introduce themselves first. Man or below status. They introduce. Okay. If it's a woman, especially if she's above your status, you take the first step. Let's see. Above status. I introduce. I feel like this is gonna come in handy. Next up, dancing. When is it acceptable for you to refuse an invitation to dance? The dance is already promised to someone else? Good girl. One of the main points of a ball is to dance, which means that not dancing is unacceptable. You can refuse an offer only if you've already promised to dance with someone else, or if you are tired. Or if I've already danced with that person 3 times. That's right. One last thing. What should you do if you feel like you're being dragged into an argument? I will win the argument, run away, steer the conversation in another direction? Try to be polite and nice about it too. So I can't hit anyone in the face. Ideally, no. Girls, the makeup artist is here. We've already finished. Melody, your choice. Okay, so we're getting a little bit of makeup. Pink charm. We have blue floor. Or we have gentle nude. Kind of makes it look clownish with that on. Let's go with the pink one, actually. While the makeup artist was busy with your face, Rachel and Eve were arguing about something in the background. Finally got the chance to ask them. What's this all about? We're trying to decide on your hairstyle. You also want to have a say in that? Then help us choose out of these three. Okay. With a twist. It's pretty. Spring. Or neatly tied. I like this one. That one's also nice. But the flowers go well with everything. But this one I got a little tiara. And why are there no like real variations in color in the hairstyle? That's one thing I don't like about some of these. Like, especially Heaven's Secret, they have that bad. Like, those hairstyles were not made for all skin tones, I'm just saying. But let's go with spring. Cool. Rachel threw her hands up in the air and purred like a small tractor. Oh, I also want to dance with you at the ball. You're an absolute doll. I'm afraid you won't even get the chance to, since pretty much everyone else is going to dance with her. Who said I'm going to dance with all of them? There was a knock on the door, and true to his nature, Alexander immediately came in. Don't you look dressed up? Well, are you ready? He stopped mid-sentence, his eyes widened a bit. Very slowly, his gaze went up and down along your body. You felt as though you were naked, and your cheeks turned red. Why didn't you tell us we had to hire heavily armed guards? What for? We'll probably have to fight through a horde of fans, and I don't even have my gun on me. Having silently come in after Alexander, he also looked at you in amazement. You're making me blush. That's good. Hopefully that'll prevent you from wandering too far from us. Alright, ladies, let's just distribute our gentlemen. But there's 3 of us. Don't worry about me. I'll arrive with my own escort. In that case, Sam. Rachel beamed while Alexander let out a tired sigh. Sam lightly bowed and gallantly extended his hand to you. It would be an honor to accompany you, lady of heavenly beauty. Oh my god. You slid your fingers into his palm and sneakily stuck your tongue out at Alexander. He grimaced in response and nodded toward the exit. Oh wow. That's fancy. You walked along the red path to the clicking of the cameras. Could be a good background for a picture. I feel a bit like a Hollywood star. Let's get a picture. I probably would have been able to go there. I'd have changed my name to Emma and probably get a few awards. Is it like a My Hollywood Stories joke? But no, instead I'm forced to sort out local problems. The lighting in the hall temporarily blinded you. Men in suits and women in beautiful dresses, an orchestra, flowers everywhere. Chandeliers always scared me. Same for me. I can't help but think it's gonna fall down. The 2 of you giggle, ignoring Sam's cautious gaze. You boldly step forward, raising your head and straightening your shoulders. Although I don't have a title, I feel like I was born for this. You notice the long looks men were giving you and the envious gazes from women. Your companion's hand pulled you in tighter. Are you jealous? Your outfit successfully made an impression at the ball. Ooh. The older group went to the table with drinks. Your companion immediately brought you a plate of tiny sandwiches. I saw you ate near to nothing during breakfast. Here, have a bite. You laughed, taking the plate from him. I'll definitely gain some weight around you. You? I don't believe that. You have too many thoughts in your head. Food just doesn't fit there. Sam, have you always been this way? What do you mean? You bring me food all the time. You notice when I'm cold, when my head hurts. I think you're like a finely tuned antenna. He grunted and started the contents of his glass. Consider that I'm paying with the sins of the past. What do you mean? In the past, I was pretty rude to the girls that I liked. I was selfish, constantly doing some nonsense. Sam has a fondness for you. Yay! But it just doesn't work with you. I'm constantly drawn to take care of you. Oh. He didn't look at you as if he hesitant to see the expression on your face. You're one of those people toward whom I want to act properly. And well, I've also grown since then. Putting the glass aside, he wiped away the drops from his lips. Something inside you pulsed loudly in response to this movement. I want you to accept a small gift from me. What's that? I noticed that you didn't put on any jewelry, but I feel this would look amazing on you. Where'd it go? Whoa! Your cheeks flushed a little when you lifted your tin. Well, put it on. Sam hesitated a moment, then approached you. His warm fingers tickled your neck, the lock clicked. Sam, it's great. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. His voice was a little hoarse. He turned away and grabbed another glass of champagne. We should probably start. And what do we need to do? I think we should take a closer look at the others or relax. Now let's be a little observant. If you recognize someone, be sure to tell me. We're here, first of all, to make necessary acquaintances. The orchestra suddenly stopped. Dance of the debutantes. It's time to open the ball. Oh, Auntie, thank you for teaching me all this nonsense. Rachel stared longingly at the center of the room. Melody, I'd be happy if you agreed to give me this dance. Oh, yeah. Totally. His palm grasped your fingers and pulled you after him. Guided by Sam, you resolutely stood in a line of couples. You're too serious. If only I could tickle you right now. His fingers ran over the side of your palm from the little finger further down. You bit your lip, holding back a giggle and straightening your shoulders harder. You stood face to face. Your palm rested lightly on his shoulder. The violins gently brought out the first few chords, and Sam hugged you around the waist. His body, reliable, strong, suddenly but gracefully, leaned forward, leading you into the circle. Slightly bowing his head, he carefully looked into your eyes. Sam, I didn't know you could dance like this. I asked Eve to teach me at least something before the ball. Oh, that's so cute! I couldn't miss the opportunity to dance with you. Having hugged you tightly, he easily lifted you into the air. You pressed your palms against his strong shoulders, slightly arched your back, and felt his lips on your stomach. Sam, this is inappropriate. He smiled, lowering you back to the floor and turning you around your axis. Now he was behind you and again moved forward, gently leading you in a circle. Step by step, under the watchful eyes of the audience, Sam confidently closed your circle. And again, hands on the waist, the flight up, and once more lightly kisses your stomach. This time you laughed, slightly leaning your head back. You're awful. And having landed, contrary to all the rules of etiquette, you briefly kissed his cheek near his ear. You're standing too close. The rules. Do you want to dance for the rules? In response, he bent over and bit your earlobe. I'm all for the rules. It's good to have them, and even better to break them. He laughed again, spinning around your axis. Circle and take off, circle and take off. Dizzyingly, the orchestra sang a gentle violin trill, and on the last chord you stopped, breathing heavily, face to face with him. Restrained applause resounded from everywhere. Thank you for the dance, my lady. And I thank you, my lord. Maybe another dance? You playfully wrinkled your nose and pouted. I'll think about it. With a satisfied grin, Sam led you back to the table. And here are the violators of etiquette. Everyone's talking about you. You made a haughty face and reached for a drink. Raising a glass to your lips, you looked around the room appraisingly and suddenly... Elia? Huh? Look, there's Elia on the balcony, see? What's he doing here? Okay, so I guess all those who are on the Elia path, they got a chance to dance with him too at the ball. Fancy. That dude is big. What's it? I think he was like 6'7". He's huge. He's absolutely huge. Like, holy cow. And who is that with him? That must be his boss from the casino. I don't remember his name. I don't remember. I must have had it written somewhere, but I don't remember what it is right now. Oh well. Yeah, I don't know. It would be nice to find out just in case. Let's find out right now. With the palms of your hands, you straighten out the folds of your dress and move toward them. Oh, wait. Okay, so he has to introduce himself first. Climbing the stairs, you seem to be looking thoughtfully at the hall. It's a couple more steps. Now. Rounding your mouth until bewildered. Oh, you deliberately tripped over the top step. Elias, standing at the very edge of the balcony, spun around and grabbed your shoulder. Are you hurt, Melody? Oh, Elia, what are you doing here? I'm here to accompany. He caught a quick glance at his companion. You helped Igor with the directions and he gave you an important name. That's right, I know who it is. Elia, could you introduce me to... Yeah, Harry Check. That's who it is. The famous Harry Check? The stranger raised his eyebrows, respectfully looking at you. What a knowledgeable girl, and how beautiful. Elia laughed, making an elegant hand gesture. Melody, meet my boss, Harry Check. Mr. Check, let me introduce you to Miss Melody Harris. Thank you, Elia. Very sweet. She is niece of the late Mrs. Annette Silver Harris. Nice to meet you, Miss Harris. I was very impressed with your speech at the funeral. Very dramatic. But I don't remember seeing you. Thanks for taking the time to attend the funeral. I couldn't do otherwise. After all, Annette was our close partner. He suddenly looked at you carefully and sharply. Partner? Does he mean... Hope we can cooperate too. I'm still looking over Annette's affairs. Oh no! I should have known by the word hope. By the word hope. Oh no. I think it'll be okay. You smiled sweetly, concealing your panic. Chet thoughtfully ran his fingers along the railing, looking at his companion. Elia noticeably tensed. Melody, I hear the dance is starting. You wouldn't deny me the honor of dancing with you. You blinked in bewilderment. If I refuse, then continuing to stand here will be impolite and stupid. I will happily dance with you, Elia. You politely nodded goodbye to Harry Check and went down to the hall. The orchestra played something light and unobtrusive. You neatly squeezed into the ranks of the dancing couples. Elias' huge arm comfortably rested on your waist. His body, tall and muscular, was towering over you. Wow, you're very big. That's what I'm saying! Is that a good or a bad thing? Well, actually, I like big men. This is a little scary. I don't know if I should say this. Her and Sam are like basically the same height. Why am I flirting? You playfully ran a finger over his biceps. I really want to make a joke, but I'm very afraid it will scare you. You showed with your whole appearance how brave you are. I didn't expect to see you here. Elia deftly dodged another couple that got too close to you. After taking 3 more steps, he gently tilted you back and down. With a soft jerk, he returned you to a horizontal position, almost pressing you against his chest. I hope seeing me was a pleasant surprise for you. You smiled at him. Elia, I thought you were simply a casino administrator. Well, I'm not quite an administrator. That is, I'm also an administrator, but not just that. Embarrassed, he grew silent and gently twisted you on the spot. He took 2 steps to the side, elegantly waved your hand. Then he pulled you back with an almost possessive gesture. You're talking too much, Elia. Admit it. He sighed heavily, tightly hugging your waist again. Why don't we just enjoy the dance and forget about business? You suddenly pinched his shoulder. You almost killed me. Stop fooling around. I'm Check's personal assistant, his right hand. So that's why you're so eager to play for Charles's debt. In part, but not only because of that. Not only? He smiled slyly, bending you down easily again. His lips were close to your ear as he whispered, Not so fast, princess. You will understand everything when you make sense of Annette's affairs. You realized that this sounds even more unclear and suspicious. Elia only smiled, twirling you in a pirouette. Maybe I should take him to the side and try to get some information? Even if I don't learn anything, well, he's a nice man. It's only 11. It's only 11. Surely, it's not like super romantic. Surely. Like the one where we sat and talked and I vented to him and on the little meadow place. That was 11 gems, right? That was really sweet and wholesome. After a brief confusion, a slight smile began to play on his lips. Together with you? Anywhere. You searched with your eyes for your group and with your hand motioned for them not to worry. Then without waiting for the end of the dance, you slipped out of the crowd, leading the man behind you. Unusually warm for a spring night, the air hung over the garden. You slowly inhaled, filling your chest with smells of moist earth, grass, and flowers. An insanely beautiful girl led me into a magical garden. If you're a fairy and want to take my soul, show me where to sign. In my opinion, that's how demons work, not fairies. Then maybe a succubus? You sat on the edge of the bench and patted the spot next to you. The man did not have to be asked twice. Succubi absorb a man's sexual energy, if I'm not mistaken. What do you absorb? Jesus! Energy of consistent energy of interesting information. Please tell me information. I don't want you on Sam. He's a little disappointed. Oh no! Oh no! Dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it. Okay. Okay. Let me go back and try again. I want to do some things differently anyway. Alright, this time we'll say the energy of kisses. Oh lord. And I can help you with that, right? I think so. You carefully buried his fingers in your hair. Oh god. I don't want Sam to be mad. I don't want to ruin your hairstyle. You're lying. I am. I want to mess your hair up. He was breathing around your lips, not taking his eyes off yours. Slightly pressing his fingers on the back of the head, he turned your head slightly to the side. The first touch was on the very edge of your lips. I want to smudge the lipstick of yours. Oh, Lord. Your mouth opened invitingly, and the man responded to this call. He kissed you as though carelessly, as if playing, and behind his every movement, you could feel the tension of his desire. His lips were firm and bold. With an awkward movement sliding down his jacket, you dropped your palm on his groin. Oh! Whoops. He laughed, stroking the base of your neck with his fingertips. Okay. I would like to think that you really brought me here to kiss. But you don't think so? I think that you're primarily interested in information. I am, to be honest. Although kissing is nice too. The man grinned, leaning his head back slightly. You don't look too upset. Firstly, I am pleased to have guessed your intentions. And secondly, I still got a kiss. But you won't tell me anything, right? True, but I like your grip. Will not forget this kiss. Maybe sooner or later, I will crack under pressure. The expression on your face made him laugh. Don't pout, pretty one. Come on, I'll take you back to the table. So quickly? As I see it, I won't give any more kisses. I want to grieve about that by myself. This bastard, but I'm no better if you think about it. He gallantly extended his hand to you, and you had no choice but to take it. I didn't even get any information. I just cheated on Sam. No! Okay. Keep that in mind. When you got back to the table, Rachel immediately shoved a glass of water in your hands. Alexander cheerfully raised his eyebrows. Danced to your heart's content, did you? Sam thoughtfully looked you up and down. His eyes became colder and more distant with each second. Oh no. So you really did have a good time. Oh no. You nervously shrugged. Danced a lot. Well, did you manage to find out something interesting? I don't think so. Or rather, I don't quite understand what's happening. You briefly told him everything you managed to find out. We stopped shaking the casino too soon. Did we shake them at all? In my opinion, you don't want to linger there at all. The man proudly ignored this statement. So we need to find out how Annette was connected to this hairy Czech, right? Guys, it seemed to me that he was Russian. Has an accent not very noticeable, but it's there. It's no wonder, then, why the casino has Russian security. Oh, guys, maybe this is the Russian Mafia? The boys eloquently rolled their eyes. I think that is illogical, everything is possible, but I don't know. He could be Russian Mafia. I don't know what to say here. This one mentions logic, so I can't help but feel like it's a logic choice. Okay. Annette would not mess with such things. But what about smuggling stolen paintings? In response to this statement, the three of you thoughtfully grew silent. I think we should really look into that. Eve will help us. By the way, where is she? She says she come with her own escort. I haven't seen her either. You looked around the room trying to find your assistant. Let's look for her. She should be here somewhere. The group immediately split up. Path of high authority. But you did barely took 5 steps into the hall when you were stopped. You gently rejected the first invitation, referring to the fact that you had only recently danced. But it was followed by a second, a third. It was impossible to take 2 steps without receiving an invitation to dance. Oh lord. Miss Melody Harris, hello. He kinda cute, but still. Sticking with Sam. A young man appeared next to you when you tried to hide on the 2nd floor. You almost stumbled and he definitely offered you a hand. Oh, hello. We're introduced to each other, but I do not have friends who could do that for me. Would you consider it an insult if I introduced myself? Oh. You straightened up, sighed tiredly, and nodded. Only if you explain to me how everyone here already knows my name. He laughed, glancing around the hall. Didn't you know? You're almost very famous here. I myself know her well and loved her. Christopher Cadigan, at your service. Christopher gave a shallow bow. I know that you have already received a lot of invitations, but maybe I have a chance? He pulled a face to trying to soften you. You laughed. I'm not supposed to turn down that many dances. Fine. Sure. It's your reaction to the invitation, but I will ask for a little respite. I'm looking for someone. Who exactly? Maybe I can help? Does the name Eve Sky tell you something? The man thought for a few seconds and slowly shook his head. Alas, I'm afraid I don't know this woman. Then I will continue the search, if you allow me. Where can I find you? Over that table, not far from the pillar, see? Christopher smiled gratefully and bowed his head. I will wait impatiently. You watched him walk away, sighed, and went up the stairs. Okay. Halfway up, you saw Eve standing upstairs. Next to her stood a tall, imposing lady. Eve, I was looking for you everywhere. Melody, forgive me, I haven't had time to approach you yet. She folded her arms in front of her and cleared her throat gently. Miss Popovich, let me introduce you to Miss Melody Harris. Miss Melody, is your friend Annette's niece. What to do? I introduced myself first. Yes, say hello first. You smiled broadly and extended a hand to shake. I am very pleased to meet my dear aunt's friend in person. Eve relaxed and nodded approvingly. Anna and Eve are happy with your upbringing. Anna also smiled firmly and confidently shaking your hand. Oh, she's cute! And I'm glad to finally meet you, Miss Harris. Annette never stopped bragging about your success. Mrs. Popovich, Miss Harris and I will be happy to talk with you tonight. Anna nodded, rubbing her fingers against each other. In that case, I invite you to my table for the 2nd course. Would be honored. Thank you. You nodded, saying goodbye to the lady. She bowed her head with a smile in response. She took a few steps back. Eve whispered, The farewell came out good. Well done. Can you explain what's more we'll be discussing with her? She supplies us with the wood for the production of designer furniture. Very high quality wood and very cheap for the sake of friendship, so to speak. In addition, she buys part of the furniture from us along with some other services. She's a pretty big partner of ours, Melody. It would be great if you could make friends with her. You nodded grimly, looking down at the hall. You will tell me when the 2nd course will be, right? Of course, I will not let you miss this meeting. She nodded to you and went first down the stairs. Okay, just as you reached the table, you remembered. I was going to ask her about Harry Check. I almost forgot. The middle of the room suddenly cleared out. There were only a few couples. Oh, the tango begins. I wish I knew this dance. I know this dance, but Melody doesn't. What do you mean? I know it very well. You also embroider and also know how to do the split. Well, you know. Prove that you can do it. I'm not going to prove anything. This isn't bad, right? There's a lot of talking, Alexander, but very little action. You seem to be waiting exactly for those words. With a flexible motion, giving his hand to you, he whispered hoarsely, "Just don't complain later." Oh lord, is he gonna fill me up while we dance? Knowing him, that's exactly what he would do. You snorted as you followed him to the dance floor. Short, voluminous chords began to play over motionless couples. Your partner's hand ran along your shoulder blades, and his palm landed on your neck. My dress is not very suitable for this. An interesting excuse. Want to return to the table? Orchestra suddenly exploded in a series of short tremors, and Alexander took several steps at you. No. With this exhale, you arched back, twisted, and slipped out of his hands. He stepped sideways, grabbing you by the waist, forcing you to bend. The bend of your lower back landed directly on his forearm. The heat from his hand almost burned your back. He leaned over you, and his lips froze a centimeter from your neck. In a volatile motion, you put your foot on his thigh, kicking slightly in the process. He grinned, letting you go. No? Intercepting you inches before you hit the ground, he suddenly threw you up to his chest. You telling me no? He took a few steps toward you, painfully pressing his chest to yours. I didn't say that. His hips, flexible and slender, rubbed against you, making you gasp. Your hand briefly slapped the palm of his hand. He threw his hands up and you took a few steps back. He was approaching you like a carnivorous beast, certain that he would catch his prey. And in my opinion, that was exactly what you said. His palm was on your shoulder blade. You joined hands, throwing them up in the air. You made some capricious movements with your right leg, waving your skirt. The violins hooted, almost mocking him. He grinned, spinning you around. His palms clashed your face, stopping, and you threw them to the sides. You circled together with sweeping quick steps, and suddenly you were thrown to the side as if swept by an ocean wave. He turned back, handsome, angry, impetuous. You beckoned him with your finger, and he, with a carnivorous grin, approached you in 3 steps. Kiss me. What? This dance is almost over, Lila Kitten, and I want your lips. Your body was throbbing with desire. He turned you around and pressed his crotch against your butt. You threw up your arms, wrapping them around his neck with your forearms. Don't kiss him. Now, Min Lily, kiss me. I'm not kissing you. You threw your head back and invitingly opened your mouth. Alexander bent over, eager to catch your lips, but you slightly moved your head, slipping away from him at the last moment. He roared impatiently, his palm squeezing your buttocks into himself. You grinned and lowered your head. A bright trace of lipstick remained on his neck. Alexander swore quietly. Damn you. Damn indeed. He abruptly sucked in air and hissed from anger. You're a naughty little cat. As a decent girl, I'll probably have to hit you. Do it. Give me a reason to immobilize you. What the fuck? Stop! He burst out laughing, bowing with pleasure to the applauding spectators. On the way to the table, Alexander was nearly fuming. Rachel and Samuel looked at you with a mixture of admiration and rage, and Eve with obvious disapproval. There's certain rules at the ball, Mr. Nissen. For inappropriate behavior, you may not be invited anymore. I don't need to be invited anymore. And what about Miss Harris? Oh, I'll provide an invitation for her. If all goes bad, we'll organize our own ball. With whist and marketeers. Eve snorted and you hurried to intervene between them before this turned into an argument. Eve, what do you know about Harry Check? The lady frowned, tilting her head to one side. How do you know him? We were introduced today. She nodded slowly, looking around the hall thoughtfully. I don't want to discuss it here. Maybe after the ball? The entire group perked up. Well, alright. After the ball it is. Miss Harris? You turned around. I forgot his last name. Damn, gotta think of something. I promised you a dance. The waltz is up next, right? Yes, and I was hoping, it's, Cadigan. His last name is Cadigan. Yes, and I was hoping you wouldn't refuse. It would be a good idea to refuse. Alexander, hush. Christopher, I will dance with you. Christopher offered you a hand, and you, smiling nervously, went back to the dance floor. Dance a lot. Christopher took you by the waist to gentle sounds of a waltz. You hand rested your hand on his shoulder. You stepped smoothly into a circle with the other couples. His steps were free, volatile. He skillfully and clearly circled around you. You suddenly felt yourself relax. You're an amazing dancer, Melody. Few girls these days navigate this easily in a waltz. My aunt was very strict about my education. She would simply not let me know such a basic thing as a waltz. She was very wise. She smiled softly, coquettishly tilting your head to one side. Still, balls are great. Where am I gonna dance like this again? Christopher moved faster, following the rhythm of the dance. You suddenly felt that you wanted to laugh. You leaned back on his arm, arching your entire back, when suddenly... What the hell? Melody? What? Is it Charles? Somebody's trying to off me right now. Something big hit you on the side. You were thrown sideways into the crowd of spectators. Something drew a painful line on your cheek. I blame Christopher. That's suspicious. Damn it. I'm gonna write his name down. He's now suspect number 1. In helping, what's the name? Oh, I forgot. I need to redo this whole thing anyway because I forgot to replay season 1 so I could get, those 2 idiots to stay. Was it Dante and Eliza? I gotta do that. I forgot. Still, drew a line on your cheek. People still screamed around and started running. Stunned, you raised your head. You were lying in the glass fragments left over from a huge crystal chandelier. In the center of the room, Alexander's motionless body lay like a rag doll. It hit Alex too? What? Yo. Somebody's trying to off us, dude, for real. I bet you that wasn't an accident. I bet it wasn't an accident. But yeah, they're trying to off us. I'm concerned. I'm really concerned. But I'm excited, as usual, to play this one. This is fun. This is fun. I love how seeing the ball scenes. Those are always cool. So this is really fun. I realized I missed the story. Having a good time. We got to make fun of Alex. I'll probably do that again, just because that was funny. I'm glad they gave me the option not to kiss him because I didn't want to. Yeah. Not down for him forcing me into those situations. Yeah, but I don't know. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and show a like button to love, subscribe to see more content like this, and I will see you next time. Bye! Wait, guys. I feel like Alexander just pushed me. Like, she said she felt a pain in her side. I think that was him shoving her out of the way and him taking the brunt of the freaking chandelier fall. And so, man, that's pretty epic on his part. And I would feel bad for teasing him. Just a little bit, just a little bit. Oh, man. That's crazy.